Picture this. You just worked your job for the past 2 weeks. Long shifts, stress, disgruntled customers, that argument with your boss. Not good. And you finally get paid. $1,600. Feels good for about 3 seconds. Because when you open your banking app, it says $1,164. Wait, what? No warning, no explanation. $436 just gone. $436 just magically disappeared. Where did it go? You log into your employee payroll portal to view the pay stub. Here's where it all went. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare. You worked hard for the money, you earned it, but you never actually touched it. Someone or something took a bunch of your money. Why did this happen? Welcome to the system. Let's be honest. Nobody likes taxes, but taxes are the entry fee to living in a functioning system. You pay, and in return, you get roads, schools, emergency services, food safety, infrastructure, the invisible systems that keep everything running. That's the theory. But here's what most people don't realize. Taxes don't just hit you once. They hit you at every stage of money's life cycle. You earn money, income tax, a direct hit on your paycheck. You spend money, sales tax, every time you buy something. You fill your gas tank, gas tax, helps fund road maintenance. Your money grows, capital gains tax when your investments make money. So your money gets taxed when it's created, and taxed again when it moves, and taxed again when it grows. Then there's Social Security, forced savings for your future self. Medicare, paying into a system you may not use for decades. And then comes the most bizarre part, filing taxes. The government already knows what you owe, but makes you calculate it anyway. It's like your teacher already graded the test, but still makes you fill it out. Get it right? Fine. Get it wrong? You have to pay the penalty, literally. And here's the deeper truth. Taxes aren't just about funding government. They're about controlling behavior. They can encourage spending, encourage investing, reward certain actions, punish others. So after all that, your money finally lands in your bank account. Feels safe, feels stored, feels like it's yours. It's not, which leads us to part 2 of the system. Most people think banks hold money, like a giant vault. Your cash sits there, untouched, protected, waiting for you. That's not how it works. When you deposit $1,000, the bank keeps maybe $100 and lends out the other $900 to someone buying a car or a house or something impulsive at 2 a.m. This system is called fractional reserve banking, and it runs on one assumption. Not everyone will ask for their money at the same time. Because if they do, the system breaks. That's called a bank run. And we've seen it happen. Here's how banks actually make money. They pay you less than 1% interest and charge someone else 7%. They're not storing money. They're renting it out. You are the supplier. Borrowers are the demand. The bank is the middleman. And the spread between those two rates? That's their profit. And here's the subtle part. Banks don't just move money, they create it. Because every loan becomes new money in the system. Which leads to the most powerful force in finance. Part 3. Interest is simple, but it's not harmless. Interest is real money. A lot like rent, just depending on who the beneficiary is. If you borrow money, you pay interest. The landlord is the beneficiary. If you save or invest money, you earn interest. You are the beneficiary. But the type of interest changes everything. Simple interest is predictable, flat, linear, no surprises. Compound interest, that's where things get dangerous or powerful. Because now, your money doesn't just grow, it multiplies. Let's say you carry a balance on a credit card, 24% interest. You miss a payment. Now you're paying interest on your interest. That $12 late-night burrito turns into a $50 regret. But flip it. Invest consistently, 7% annually. Over time, your money starts cloning itself. The first few years feels slow, almost pointless. Then something shifts, growth accelerates, and suddenly, time does the heavy lifting. That's the secret. Interest rewards time more than effort. Like a bodybuilder builds more muscle with more consistency over time. But even if you master interest, there's still something quietly working against you. Inflation is quiet. It can be sneaky. That's what makes it dangerous. It doesn't hit you all at once. It slowly erodes you. Your money stays the same, but what it can buy shrinks. Same $5, less food, less gas, less life. Why does this happen? First, too much money, too many people spending, not enough goods. Prices go up. Second, supply problems. Things cost more to make, so they cost more to buy. Third, expectations. If people think prices will rise, they spend faster, which causes prices to rise. A feedback loop. A little inflation? Healthy, predictable. Too much? Destructive. So what does the system do? Raises interest rates, makes borrowing more expensive, forces people to spend less, slows everything down. And sometimes it slows things down too much, which can lead to big trouble for the economy. A recession is when the system contracts. Spending drops, jobs disappear, confidence collapses. It doesn't happen all at once. At first, things feel normal. Then layoffs begin, hiring freezes, businesses cut back. Think of the economy like a party. At the peak, music is loud, drinks are flowing, everyone feels rich. Then the lights turn on, the music cuts, and reality shows up. Recessions aren't permanent, they're resets. But they expose something important, how fragile the system actually is. And through all of this, there are 3 numbers quietly judging you. Your credit score. 3 digits, massive consequences. It determines if you get approved, what rate you pay, how expensive your life becomes. It's not about how rich you are, it's about how predictable you are. Lenders ask one question: will this person pay me back? Your score answers it. Built from payment history, credit usage, account age, credit mix, new applications. Mess it up, you pay more. For everything. Take care of it, you get access, better rates, more leverage. And here's the twist. You can have money and still have bad credit. Because the system doesn't reward wealth, it rewards behavior. Now let's zoom out, because all of this depends on one thing. Here's the truth most people never hear. Money isn't real. It's an agreement, a shared belief. A dollar works because we all agree it works. And once you understand that, you realize something bigger. Money isn't the goal. Control is. And the way you gain control is through investing. Because investing is when money stops sitting and starts working. Stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds. Each one is just a different way to turn money into more money. But here's what actually matters. Not timing, not luck. Time. Time is the multiplier. Because wealth isn't built in days, it's built over decades. Small amounts, consistently invested, given enough time, becomes something massive. That's how normal people become wealthy. Not by beating the system, but by understanding it. Most people spend their lives chasing money, without ever learning how it actually works. But once you understand the system, everything changes. Because now, money stops controlling you and starts working for you. Most people think money is about how much you make. It's not. It's about how well you understand the system. Because once you understand the rules, you stop playing the game and start using it.
Congratulations! You made it all the way to the end. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe to check out our latest content.